All right. Well, at WrestleMania 41, we have our 2-night event. I'll say we'll make predictions. We're not going to talk about everything. Some of it will just be pick a winner when I tell you who's on what side. Let's start off with our in-depth analysis. I don't want to start off with Cena and Cody. That's going to be the main event for Sunday. Let's start off with the main event for Saturday. It's what closed out Monday Night Raw this past week. Reigns, Rollins, and CM Punk with Paul Heyman in the middle. They're telling the most epic, dramatic, beautiful cheating storyline through 4 grown men that there's a lot of testosterone and estrogen in this feud, and I don't know why. I do think that this one, I like the little, it's dark, not dark, it's like heavy, because you're seeing relationships of a lot of years come back into play and be taken down, but they have like those small moments. This past week when he sits down, look at my eyes. What do you see? Cult of personality?
Yes, it's just stupid stuff like that. That is just a wrestling within the wrestling that you don't understand, that some people don't understand the funny jokes and why it's so great. All three of these stories are tied with one another. It's not just Roman and Seth Rollins that hate each other. It's not just Seth Rollins and CM Punk that hate each other. It's now all three that just hate the living shit out of each other. It's pure bliss. It's absolutely pure bliss. And that's why I understand the Jey Uso Yeet thing and how exciting that is and why they should have made an eventer. What about Bianca, Rhea, and Io being a main eventer? These are the three biggest faces not named John Cena and Cody Rhodes in wrestling. Across the globe.
They set up why it's these three guys. I feel like it makes sense because these are three main stars, but Rollins' promo last night set up the reason why it's these three guys. Punk wants to win so that it could be the era of CM Punk that we never got as him as a face champion. Reigns has been the guy for the last decade, and Rollins thinks that he's the one that's saving professional wrestling. It's a story that they've told countless times before, but now it's who's going to lead the next generation, because John Cena is retiring and Cody Rhodes is the champion. We're going to need somebody else to be there, because if it's one guy, we saw what happened with John Cena. There wasn't always great years. So this is a much more important, monumental, impactful match. And it's a situation where it's three guys that at their own ways and own levels have been top guys. And now they're fighting it out to see who's going to get back to that. It's what everybody wants to see. It's why they have relegation in European football. They want to see a Shark Tank. They want to see you bite somebody's leg off. That's what sports are about.
It's just like it's the perfect story to tell. And for those that are going to go into Sunday thinking like, oh, it's just a triple threat match, what are we going to see? This is a blood feud. For those that don't know wrestling terms, blood feud means that everyone hates each other to their core. To their absolute core for various different reasons. Obviously, Roman hates Punk for stealing Paul Heyman. Seth Rollins hates Punk for stealing the limelight when coming back. Seth Rollins hates Roman Reigns and vice versa because of everything with the Shield. CM Punk hates Seth Rollins because he's trying to take everything he worked for away. He hates Roman Reigns for not taking care of his wise man. It's all one big happy circle that just goes around. And like I said, it doesn't really matter who wins this match. It's frankly the stories that are built off of this. Because, like you said, the fact that obviously this company has been carried on Roman Reigns' shoulders ever since John Cena became a part-time. That's not denying it in the slightest. CM Punk is the second city saint for a reason, because he came back and frankly, when no one thought of that. And Seth Rollins may be the Shawn Michaels of this era, where frankly he was just the man every single week. Yeah. He'd do anything you want.
And anything you put in front of him, he's like, "This is yes." Gold. Thank you.
Exactly. He'll do whatever he asks for, and frankly, may not even get the love in the long run that he deserves because of how great he was for so many years. And like I said, it's such a fun storyline because the three of these guys, the triple threat match, it's not going to be just a wrestling match. For those who don't know, triple threat matches are no disqualification. They automatically get thrown in there. So it's going to be blood. It's going to be the chair shot to the back multiple times to reminisce on the Shield days. It's going to be CM Punk putting probably a chain around Roman's neck and yelling at Paul Heyman to make sure he helps him. It's going to be all that the other thing, and I couldn't be more excited. It's such a fun match and fun fight feel.
Let's go to the other multiple. They have the Fatal 4-Way for the Intercontinental Championship. Braun Breaker, Penta, Dominic Mysterio, and Finn Balor. 2 members of the Judgment Day. Braun Breaker, the badass. That is the greatest spear of all fucking time.
And then he followed up with a double spear the next week, and I'm just like, this guy, he can't do nothing wrong.
Niko, they have to put him in a match with 3 other guys just to make it seem like he
could lose.
And it still doesn't seem like he's losing.
This match has two of my favorite wrestlers right now in the world, and Penta and obviously in Braun Breaker. I chop at the bits to see those two just go at it every single night.
Don't sleep on Finn Balor.
I know. I'll get to that in a moment. But the whole storyline of Penta and how he came in and getting that WrestleMania moment with being a triple threat or bringing a fatal four-way for the Intercontinental Championship, which is one of the most prestigious championships in all of wrestling, still is to this day. And having Braun Baker, who frankly, like, he will surpass his dad in terms of all-time greatness. That's how great of the path trajectory he's on. And then you throw in the weasel of Dirty Dominic Mysterio in there. And frankly, I wouldn't be surprised in the slightest if he walks out of WrestleMania with it. Because look, there's a thing they've been teasing. Look, Pin Balor, as they're calling him, because he'll take the pin. We all know he'll take the pin. That's not even the slightest. Braun won't take the pin. Penta's not taking the pin. Dom probably has the best chance of getting pinned, but he frankly might win. So it's going to be Pin Balor again. So that you can almost put your money on that. But this whole storyline of the Judgment Day having another guy, what if Aleister Black walks out and helps Dominic Mysterio win?
Is he out of AEW?
The vignettes shown on SmackDown have been for him.
I'll be honest with you. I've been watching exclusively Raw.
I'm the nerd that watches SmackDown. But
it's not that you're a nerd. I've been.
Rusev is also walking back through those doors, which has been confirmed that he signed. Aleister Black has signed, which could throw a lot of other fun turns into this. I think Dominic Mysterio is going to walk away with the championship. I find it so dirty, but frankly, and what other way at this point in Dominic Mysterio's career is he going to win a championship? In the slimiest, most obscure way possible, with screwing over somebody and winning the championship. It is the perfect time to give Dirty Dom the Intercontinental Championship, just like his daddy, Eddie Guerrero. It is the perfect scenario.
Viva la raza. I lie, I cheat, I steal my way to a championship. I have a couple of different quote experts on the internet pulled up. So far, they've had Rollins winning the triple threat. We'll talk about our predictions. We'll go rapid fire with those ones at the end of the segment. Right now, it looks like they have Breaker retaining, but it's something weird within the Judgment Day.
I'll be honest with you. I hate the dirt sheets. Guys, stop taking the fun out of it. I'll be honest with you. You can make predictions. Absolutely. If you're on the dirt sheets and want to spoil us, everybody go fuck off. That's my 2 cents on it. I understand it's scripted. I understand I have no true. I can yell at a Nuggets playoff game and try to deter the outcome of a free throw. I don't know exactly what's going to happen, but it's already determined what's going to happen. All right. So dirt sheets need to shut the fuck up and stop spoiling returns. Stop spoiling crazy things happen. The shockness of the gong hitting last WrestleMania Sunday is the pure bliss of wrestling when you don't know what the fuck's going on. That getting him hidden under the gong hitting, him coming out, that's what wrestling should be all about, and not telling us exactly what's going to happen. So if you're a dirt sheet guy out there, fuck off.
All right. I hope they jump into our comments because they like to exercise their fingers there a little bit. Two matches that don't really have a story, but it doesn't really seem to matter. AJ Styles, Logan Paul, and then we also have the Sin City street fight between Damian Priest and Drew McIntyre. Either of those two get your juices going a little bit?
Drew McIntyre or Damian Priest gets my juices flowing. I've loved everything Drew McIntyre has been showing. Like the brutality, that I've getting screwed over and over again, and I can't. The man is against me. I think it's so good. I think Drew. Look, I am hoping we get a Drew versus Cena scenario, or maybe a Drew versus Jey Uso scenario, where after he wins the championship, where he's just going after him and he can get back to the top again, because he's such an entertaining guy. And like I said, there's no slight to Damian Priest. He's done a great job with character work and really building himself consistently. But Drew McIntyre is a different level above everybody else right now.
I feel like Damian Priest is now at a point where he just is able to be really good without a faction, because for a long time, I think that he was a dominant member of the Judgment Day, but he wasn't a leader. He needed the group, and now he doesn't. Him and Rhea have both been able to go on and be really successful outside of things. I like the Logan Paul matchup with AJ Styles just because I know that it's going to be a cool one to watch. I know that there's no storyline with it, but it seems like he's still learning, and we'll see something new.
It's going to be a great rap wrestle match. It's going to be a great rap.
And there's going to be a moment that goes 45 billion views viral, because he's done that every single time that he's competed at WrestleMania.
Jimmy, who's in the prime battle this year? Who is it? I got a great.
They already had iShow Speed get speared.
And they've already had KSI.
Yeah,
KSI is the other one. So
it's not going to be his brother, because they're trying to work out.
I think I know who it is, and I'll give you my reason, but I want to see who I think it'll be.
Blanco. I don't know.
Mr. Beast. It's going to be Mr. Beast. First of all, obviously, all the ties, Prime and Lunchley or whatever it's called, ties there. Mr. Beast, for those that don't know, I've seen it all over Twitter and TikTok. Apparently, Mr. Beast has a hotel that's all right now in Vegas, rented out to him. It's a whole Mr. Beast type of thing in one of the hotels down there, which a lot of people aren't very happy about. So he's there currently. So all that means is he's going to be walking down. I would almost bet my hard-earned cash that Mr. Beast is in that costume on Saturday. Whether or not he can take a bump, we'll see. But it's going to have to be something crazy.
I didn't know that was probably something we can even bet on. So I need to look at that. Direct match for the Women's World Championship. We'll go to WWE Women's World Champion or WWE Championship for the women's division next. But this is Io Sky, Rhea Ripley, and Bianca Belair. Belair earned the title shot. Ripley has complained her way into it. I don't really care because these are three really damn good performers, and this match is going to be epic. Like, you can't sit there and tell me that this match isn't going to be entertaining. Guess it's like seems a little bit Teddy Long. You know what I mean? Like, you guys are all three out here. Throw you in a match.
Yeah.
Oh, triple threat, tag team.
If someone's complaining, it's a one-on-one with The Undertaker. But you know what? Someone's complaining, so you're going to go to one-on-one with Rhea Ripley also. That's what you're going to do.
Yeah. It's fun because they all have different styles and obviously different characters, but like, was undefeated against Rhea. So there's the chance, like, are they going to tease her finally defeating that, or is Bianca going to get screwed over and turn heel? I feel like there's something brewing with Bianca because of that whole Jade Cargill and Naomi situation from Elimination Chamber. Like, went way over the top with her reaction. Like, I feel like they wanted to tell her to do that to set up something post-WrestleMania.
Well, it helped a lot with building the Naomi and Jade storyline. So that's why she kind of did that way.
But I feel like there's got to be something for her too, because she's really big in the women's.
Well, I'll tell you one of the big things for her and why I'm giving my prediction. Yeah, but she's undefeated at WrestleMania, and I think she's 4-0. I believe maybe 5-0 now.
5-0.
5-0, and a chance of 6-0. And frankly, like, those that grew up like I did around this wrestling and around the late 20 to 30 WrestleMania, 30 to 40, there's always Undertaker of the streak, and that's son of a bitch that never got broken until it got broken. And frankly, I think they could do that with Bianca, and I wouldn't be surprised in the slightest because she's a bigger than life character and everything. But I will say, Io has grown so much on me and how exciting and how much fun she is and the way she wrestles and at Japanese style wrestling and how good she is. Like, in the ring, it's been awesome to watch. And frankly, I wouldn't be surprised in the slightest if Rhea and Bianca mess it up and Io just sneaks in and gets a win. It's a lot of fun storytelling. It's three of the biggest. Not three of it's two of the biggest women's wrestlers in the world right now, and Rhea and Bianca, and then obviously Io Sky, who's basically a perennial main eventer now consistently, and that's that level she's on. So it's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be so exciting.
When you have somebody that's good enough in the ring to not need to speak English in your promos, then you're doing something right. Quickly before we go to the WWE Women's Championship, Mysterio versus El Grande Americano.
Gracias! I love this. This may be my favorite story going on right now.
Chad talked about
so
Rollins
good.
being
It's
able
so
to take
good.
whatever and make it good. Chad Gable has been able to take shoosh.
It's so good. I look, take away the whole political side of this and the Gulf of America thing aside from this and the disrespecting of the luchador mask. Rey Mysterio would have never signed off on this shit if he felt he was disrespectful. Okay? Rey Mysterio would have never signed up for this match and been like, give them a go-ahead to not have a fun storyline with this. It's so good. I love it. The gracias, the thinking that it's actually Omos underneath there as the luchador or Mark Henry, and be like, actually, no, it's a better chance it's Omos than Chad Gable. And then the slip of Chad Gable's on his back with the All-American
USA Wrestling
thing getting
That's
shown
a pretty fucking
by accident.
dead giveaway.
But hey, it's still not him. I don't think it's him. You
could have got it in henna just to make it.
Exactly, just to show, just to flow people off. That's what Americano did it. For those that don't know, I love my coffee El Grande Americano from Starbucks anyways. But yeah, so good. I love every second of it. It's one of the I love his entrance music because it's fucking hilarious. It sounds like a fucking carnival music. It's everything about it. I am addicted to it. I hope they keep this character going. I hope they do. Hope they do, where they just like, you know what? Fuck Chad Gable. This is the new guy. And just let him El Grande Americano ride. It's so good. And like I said, Rey Mysterio is probably going to win this match. And he'd probably take the mask off and it'll be Chad Gable. But frankly, I am so thrilled because I know it's going to be a banger of a match because how good Chad Gable and Rey Mysterio at age 55 is. because Ray cannot put on a bad match nowadays, frankly, which is crazy to think about. I love her segment. I don't know what it is. These luchadors, it's got a hold on me. Ray Phoenix now got a hold on me. Penta, El Grande Americano, Ray, like something about it. I don't know what it is. It's something about it. A good chance I walk up to one of the WrestleMania nights with the luchador mask on and wear it the whole time is all I'll say, because that's how much I've been invested into it. So it's amazing.
It'll be interesting. It'll be fun. One cool thing about that storyline also, Julius Creed, former teammate of a guy that we both went to high school with. You know who I'm talking about?
Fine Silvers.
Yeah, Duke. He was the heavyweight there for 4 years. I think he's a 2-time All-American with both Zach and Mitch and Matt and Josh. So Julius
They're
Creed.
great, man. The Creeds are awesome. This American Made is, like I said, after the whole White Six thing and we got past that, they've really been on a tear. They're so good, and I hope they get the push they need.
All right, WWE Women's Championship. Tiffany Stratton versus Charlotte Flair. This one went a little bit off the bedpost. You know what I mean? And here's the funny thing. Nobody believed it. Everybody was like, bullshit. Ludwig would never.
That's the one person who's been accused of cheating and be like, nope, he definitely did not. Many men have been accused of cheating in their lives, and that's the one person like, absolutely not. No shot in no world. Sorry, Carol, there's no way.
Tiffany was over there chuckling in the corner like,
yeah, it's a good joke. I think actual women or these two actual people, and I'm not going to say their real names because I don't think you should call them by their real names, especially when we talked about them in wrestling. They hate each other. I think their egos are way too big for this match not to be a banger. I think it's going to be so good. I really do. I think they hate each other so much that it's going to be a blood feud, and frankly, they're just going to beat the living crap out of each other. And for those who don't know, Charlotte's last WrestleMania match against Rhea Ripley, it was not very hyped up. It was kind of just like they hate each other for no reason. Here we are. And it was the best match, one of the best matches of WrestleMania 39. And now I think we have a similar situation here where Tiffy can't do no wrong. Everyone's behind her, obviously. I don't know why WWE ever thought that Charlotte Flair could ever be a babyface, because she'll never be that ever again in her life. But it works so perfectly with these two. And frankly, I think it was fair game after Charlotte tried to rattle Tiffany on live television when she tried to rattle her promo and make fun of her. He's like, all right, fair game. You're 0-3 in marriages. Like, what? Well, I'm sorry, what? And this is literally a week after that the news got broken that Andrade and her split up. And I'm like, hold on a second. We're doing this already? It's amazing. I love it. It's so good.
Yeah, I was just watching Vanderpump Rules upstairs with Roxy, and I don't see any differences between WWE and Vanderpump Rules right now. There's just a drink being thrown instead of a contract being signed. World Heavyweight Championship match. Jey Uso versus Gunter. Gunter kicked off Raw he made a solid heel promo. He got people to boo him the way that he's supposed to as a big bad European heel. Doesn't matter what he says, you're going to boo him because he has an accent. Would say that in the Vince McMahon voice, but I don't want to be canceled. But Jey, I liked his promo. It could have been better.
He has made me cared about this match more than after he won the Rumble and when it got announced. They've made me care. Obviously, bringing Jimmy into it and Gunther doing that. Gunther is obviously one of my favorite workers too right now.
Frankly, General.
But I understand that Jey Uso is not the best in the ring. This other thing. There have been thousands of wrestlers that have lived off of a fucking promo, and that's their entire shtick the rest of their career, and that's what they were. Let's not sugarcoat things, okay? Stone Cold Steve Austin, what was he before Austin 316?
Stunning Steve Austin.
Exactly. No one fucking remembers that. Once he did this, Austin, I know you do, but not many people remember that.
Hollywood Blondes with Flying Brian Pillman.
Once the Austin 316 dropped, he became one of the GOATs. One of the greatest of all time, and that is no slight to him. He, frankly, is not one of the greatest in-ring workers, but he's obviously still one of the greats for a reason, okay? Look at LA Knight. Yeah. You don't think anything? Everyone yelling, yeah. I remember walking into WrestleMania last year, night 2, and everyone yelling, yeah, on the sidewalk. And I was like, oh my God, where am I? I was like everyone like, yeah, oh my God, this is heaven. This is crazy. He one-liner merchant because he's good on the mic too, right?
Yeah.
Look at the mystery of wrestling. It's like if you don't have the whole package, you cannot be the top of the top, right? If you can't work on the mic, if you don't have crowd work, if you don't know how to put on a good match, you won't ever be the top of the top. And frankly, Jey Uso is missing that one thing, that's that exciting singles match. Because he has those exciting the tag team matches. It's that exciting single match that we're just clawing to, that we're wanting for. And frankly, like I said, you have to see it to believe it. And frankly, you give him the championship if he fails, and then everyone's right how he's not a main event guy. If he doesn't, you have the biggest star in wrestling, one of the biggest stars in wrestling, and one of the most over guys in the history of wrestling on top of your company, and that's huge to see.
All right, let's talk about this WWE Championship match between Cody Rhodes and John Cena. The Rock obviously got John Cena to sell his soul. They've been back and forth on the mic. Cody lays out John Cena. They've obviously set up what I want people to know going into this. Obviously, they've set up this is not Super Cena. He will not be walking through physically 10 different guys. He is now heel Cena, so he will be using his brains and his smarts. And they've been showing that through his promos, if you pay attention. He uses big words. He does not punch down. He doesn't make dick jokes. He doesn't cuss. He's like trying to make sure that you listen and understand what he's saying. So they're going with that. So physically, Cody has every advantage and should just beat the living shit out of this old-ass, balding, pale white man. This is still John Cena that we're talking about, though. And who has more ring IQ than Jort's Superman himself?
It's like he's been there, done that, won everything he ever could, and frankly, now he's just chasing GOAT status. That's the scariest thing possible. Is like he's not chasing just another accolade. He's not just chasing another championship run because he doesn't need another championship run. He's chasing the GOAT status of being the greatest of all time and, frankly, the undisputed greatest of all time once he wins this, because it's not if, when he wins it, frankly. And we all know that. I going back and forth and like, who's going to win this? What's the story tell after this? And John Cena will be winning 17. I almost can all but guarantee it because there's no WrestleMania next year for him. There's not. We are. Hold on. 1, 2, 3. We are 8 months away from John Cena being fully retired as a professional wrestler. 8 months away. Now as to use a line from John Cena, the time is now. Okay? Feuds you could set up with John Cena being a bad guy in the Ultimate Heel. Randy Orton, Cody Rhodes chasing him back. CM Punk, Roman Reigns possibly. All those guys are baby faces. There's no big bad heel currently in the company. There's not. John Cena is that big bad heel. And what is the big? There always has to be, not always, but when wrestling is at its best, there is a big bad heel that everyone's trying to chase after. It doesn't have to be the champion, but it has to be the big bad guy consistently. It was the Authority when we were little. It was obviously The Rock. It was Stone Cold. It was Vince McMahon. It was whoever you want to insert there, right? It was multiple people. And John Cena has to be that big bad guy where guys just go after and trying to get to him. And like I said, Cody's run as champion has been great. It's been awesome. But let's not sugarcoat it. The build-up to him chasing it has been better than the build-up of him being it. And that's no slight to him. It's because everybody's been waiting on The Rock. And frankly, it's been The Rock's fault why Kevin Owens thing got shushed over, why the AJ Styles feud got hushed over, why Solo Sikoa feud got hushed over, why he faced in fucking War Games for no fucking reason, right? That's not his fault. It's frankly been the booking decisions of The Rock and everyone waiting on The Rock. And now we are in a situation where John Cena is here, and we have this great story of pulling the trigger on him. You do not pull the trigger of John Cena being a heel, the most shocking move in wrestling, and not give him the championship is all I'll say.
I feel like we know where you're going to go, but let's get into our predictions so that we can wrap this
I
thing
want
up.
to give everything because I got something about everything. We can make it quick with some of the matches. But
also,
hold on. Before we even get to that, 2 matches that I think will be added. Randy Orton versus Solo, which everything points to that, or / Nick Aldis. Obviously, I would love to see Randy win. I think that's...
Has Nick Aldis ever wrestled?
He's a long-time TNA wrestler, long-time TNA champion for a lot of years. So he's wrestled. He just had injuries, and that's why he tried to step back. Not career-ending, but he's a big-time indie wrestler. So if those who have never seen, actually in a
I'll have to look it up because I was not sure.
He was a big-time TNA wrestler and Impact in all those days. So he has wrestling background. So that wouldn't be surprising. So that's a possibility of that match happening. I think Randy wins that. Even if it's versus Solo Sikoa, I think it's Randy winning that anyways. And then the other match, I'm almost all but guaranteeing that we'll have a 6-8-man ladder match for the SmackDown Tag Team Championships. It's going to be the Street Profits. It's going to be machine guns. It's going to be pretty deadly. It's going to be Ciampa, and it's going to be The Miz and Carmelo Hayes. And that is going to be absolutely cinema. Because everyone that knows anything about tag team TLC matches at WrestleMania, they don't fucking miss. They do not. And it's going to be, I hope that they throw that on the card because the SmackDown Tag Team division has been so good. So I hope that they get their chance on WrestleMania because it's been so good. Better than the Raw Tag Team Championships or the WWE, not the World Tag Team Championship. So they deserve their shot. So I hope both those matches get added. So those are the two that I expect to get added.
Looking at the card, one of the pre-show matches, World Tag Team Championships, the War Raiders versus the New Day. I don't know how you feel about the heel turn. I like the War Raiders. I think that they're good in the ring. I really don't care about New Day. I never really liked New Day when they were heels. They had a few good matches with the Usos. I never liked them when they were faces. The Budios, the bright colors. I like Big E, and I kind of like Kofi. But that was it. The New Day was
just a poor job booking this tag team. And frankly, like I said, they pulled the trigger on the New Day heel turn back in December, and we're in April, and they're finally paying this off. That's the shitty part about this. So I don't really understand that. The War Raiders are going to put on a good match. They are exciting to watch. Saying that the reason why this is on WrestleMania is because this is Big E's return, and frankly, he'll go after them, and that's where the big reveal is. There's nothing that points to that. It may be one of the most random returns ever with no backstory and frankly no love to this tag team match. But I expect the New Day to come out on top and win tag team gold again because frankly, there's a lot more things that they can do with heel New Day team against baby faces, especially in the Raw tag team division.
Yeah, I think the New Day, with the pedigree that they have, I feel like they'll go that way. They'll use them to make War Raiders look good. Basically, what they've been doing so far is make sure that everybody knows the War Raiders can wrestle. But we'll give you back the titles when the time is right. Other pre-show match going to be taking place. United States Championship match.
Pre-show?
Well, it's just the pre-show section of this that I'm looking at. I don't know the order of the matches. I'm just going in the order of these things. U.S. Championship match, L.A. Knight, versus the Samoan werewolf, Jacob Fatu. Can L.A. Knight pull this off?
No, I love L.A. Knight, but no, he will not. Jacob Fatu will run through him, and it's going to
have two unstoppable beasts as the mid-card champions.
It is going to set up Fatu versus Sikoa, Fatu versus Jimmy Uso. It's going to set up Fatu versus Tonga Loa and Tonga. It's there, and Fatu being the new big bad guy of that team. So Fatu's going to run through him. I'm sorry, I like LA Knight as much as the next guy, but not weekend, not this weekend. No.
Cargill versus Naomi.
This is one of the most slept on matches in my opinion because Naomi's heel work has been so good since she turned. I think it's been incredible all the heel work she's done and new caution character with all the caution tape and the straight edge side, or not the straight edge, but the bad side of things. I think it's been great. Naomi, frankly, is a person that is going to step into the world title picture after this and make a lot of noise. Jade needs this win. I think Jade versus Charlotte Flair is the feud after WrestleMania. Once Charlotte wins the championship and Jade wins this, I think that's the feud everyone's looking at, being like the two strongest women in wrestling right now. And having them face off each other is going to be fantastic. So I think that's the way they're going. So I'll take Jade.
I'm sure about that one because I don't watch SmackDown as much as you do. So I'll let you at that one. I'll say Naomi maybe. See, they're going to put a title run back on her. Mysterio, Americano.
It's Rey Mysterio. I really want El Grande or Americano. Gracias. And throw it up, but it's going to be Rey Mysterio. And take the mask off. Yeah. I didn't make this a mask for mask. Because that was the big worry. He's like, well, I know who's win then, because they'll not take Ray's mask off unless he's retiring. So it could go either way, to be honest with you. But I think Ray will win and unveil the mask, and it'll be Chad Gable. Or maybe it's Rusev underneath there, actually, and he just bulked down a little bit. So I don't know. I'll take Ray.
Grande Americano was cut up. Jesus. Whew. He's not missing many gym days and many sauna days. Let's just put it that way. I think that I want to give Chad Gable something good.
Grande Americano. Chad Gable's not wrestling at this year's WrestleMania.
Why isn't he in the corner then, Niko?
Because he has other obligations. He's very sick. Okay, he wasn't feeling very well. Give him the benefit of the doubt.
You see, I feel the same way. Like you got USA Wrestling tattoo because you earn it, and Grande Americano didn't earn it. So.
He earned it in Mexico. He beat an American wrestler in Mexico, and that gave him the tattoo as an honor. And then Chad Gable.
That would make more sense if all of the guys that can't make the USA Wrestling team didn't go down to qualify for the Olympics in Mexico. But yeah, no, wins, beats Mysterio, and the old guy gets whooping on the way out. I showed Carly Rey Mysterio without a mask yesterday. She's like, "What does he look like without the mask?" I was like,
it'll change your life. I remember the first time we all remember the first time we saw Rey Mysterio without a mask and how dirty we felt. I was like, is he going to be on the air?
they were trying to make him like some hood gangster, and he looked like 10.
10, yeah, he was 5 years old.
I got all the honeys coming up on me.
Yeah, he better at the mask is all I'll say. Okay, the legend will never die.
We also did watch the Halloween Havoc match, so she saw what he used to be able to do in his 20s, and she was impressed. It was a good day.
Ain't a Grande Americano. Legend of Mexico.
He's got a nice moonsault. It's Gable-esque, that moonsault.
We don't know if it's Chad Gable. It could be.
I know. I'm just saying. I feel like he's watched a few matches and picked up. He's just that good, that solid of an athlete. He can watch and learn.
It could be Christian Cage underneath there. Is all I'm going to say. You never know. Could be somebody else. We don't know.
Fuck yourself. Yeah, Christian. Tiffany Stratton versus Charlotte Flair. You have Charlotte?
Yeah, I have Charlotte.
Yeah,
Taxes and Charlotte Flair winning championships. Especially when she comes back, unfortunately.
Thank you for having that last name, Daddy. Thank you. And she's also undefeated after coming off of divorces, isn't she?
I can't back that stat.
You
might not be wrong. You might not be wrong, but I can't back that.
I'm not going to ask ChatGPT that one because I don't need that kind of heat. But I feel like I'm not wrong. Jey Uso versus Gunther. Okay.
I have Gunther.
What do they do with Gunther after, though?
Goldberg. That's because Goldberg already said he's winning. His last wrestling match will be in 2025. We're 4 months in, so we're getting.
But then it's also, why would he wrestle? Well, Goldberg, I know, doesn't have the undefeated streak anymore. I don't know.
They could make a good enough story. Gunther would carry Goldberg to a main event match, is all I'll say. So give me Yeet Master. If he doesn't win, I mean, you'll put him back in a tag team because he'll never reach that upper echelon ever again at this point. Because this is his last chance. Let's be honest with ourselves. Because you can't eat. Everyone will so fall on him. This is his last chance.
I have that statement. We've kind of play out one too many times. If it doesn't go the way that people want it to go. Triple threat Saturday night's main event: CM Punk, Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins. CM Punk will have Paul Heyman in his corner. Roman Reigns will not have his wise man for the first time in over a decade, and Seth Rollins feels like he's fighting for the future of the WWE and the future of this industry. Out of these three, who are you picking to stand tall?
CM Punk merch. I have a Roman Reigns merch. Seth Rollins will have the heel turn again of the century, and it's going to create this big bad again with him, Paul Heyman, possibly The Rock, maybe Cena, all over again. I want chaos. I want the stupid shit to happen. I want the madness of I want it, and I want Seth Rollins because Seth Rollins is an awesome good guy. He is 10 times better as a bad guy, and everybody knows it. Okay, so Seth Rollins on that trajectory of facing Jey Uso, possibly getting that championship off him, and then setting up Rollins and Punk versus Reigns and all that again at next year's WrestleMania, where it's cinema. Absolutely, give me Seth Rollins with the heel turn.
I tend to agree with you now because of that situation where he gave Heyman reprieve. I didn't put you in the hospital, so now you owe me the favor. And then he also looked at Roman Reigns and said, "Your wise man is the slimiest of all." Like you feel like I have betrayed you. Look at who's in your corner. Look at the lives that guy's ruined, the people he never paid, the that bounced, all of those things.
It would be pure cinema with
look in your own house as I'm stealing your manager is like next level.
You can't have this match finish with Paul Heyman not picking a side, is all I'm going to say. It has to be either he's with Punk again or he's loyal to Roman or he changed everything and goes to Seth Rollins. He has to pick a side. That's how this match ends. That's the only direction. We can't have the match end and be like, Paul Heyman's like, oh, I still like all three of you, and then moving on. No, that's not how this works.
Moving on to the matches for Sunday, Women's Tag Team Championships, Lyra Valkyria, also the Women's Intercontinental Championship, and Bayley versus Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez.
This is the most thrown together match on the whole entire card, unfortunately. Yeah. I mean, all girls are great workers, and they have great wrestlers. Lyra is one of the most exciting mid-card workers we've ever seen in a while. And obviously, Liv Morgan had a great year with her reign as champion, and obviously what she did with the World Heavyweight Championship and doing all that. And obviously, Raquel is a huge step in this. Bayley just got thrown in this to have a match on WrestleMania. It's going to be Liv and Raquel. Lyra and Bayley, it's going to be some tension in trying to build that mid card up. You can't have, I'm sorry, a 2-time champion in Lyra and Raquel right now. Eventually, maybe down the line, but that's just defeating the purpose of the Intercontinental Championship. Is like, which one are you going to defend? Either the team is going to get defeated or the Intercontinental Championship is going to be defeated. It's got to be one or the other, especially at the young ages of both championships. If this was obviously the Tag Team Championships and the mid-card title with the men, which has obviously have been more around and more prestigious and had a lot more history, it makes sense. But the women, we're not there yet. You have to get a little bit more prestigiousness to each of those titles. So it's going to be live and rock hill.
I just like they were trying to set up. They like Bailey as a heel. They like Bailey as a face. She can turn and get Lyra Girl a good series of matches for Backlash and whatever else is coming after WrestleMania. I agree with you. I don't think that there's going to be a change there. Fatal 4-way for Intercontinental Championship: Braun, Penta, Dominic, and Finn. You going to stick with your Dirty Dom, your slimy prediction?
Nope. Dominic Mysterio's walking away with their Intercontinental Championship. I bought it. I love Penta. I love Braun. But, oh, man, the pop of Dom turns on Finn and introduces a new member, and he becomes the Intercontinental Championship. Oh, dude, it's fun. I think it's great. I can't wait to see all the matches. Because imagine Braun trying to go after Dom as the Intercontinental Championship and Dominic using tactics to win matches and dirty things to win and lie, cheat, and steal.
They would have endless to put Dominic Mysterio.
You can do Penta versus with new Great Luchadors and on Monday Night Raw. There's so many great things you could do. You could do El Grande Americano versus Dom. You could do Ray versus Dom as a champion. Oh, everything. It's
Ray versus Dom as a champion.
That's I mean, it's cinema. Give me Dom walking away with the Intercontinental Championship.
Well, I'm gonna go with badass.
I love Braun Breaker. I have to say this because I obviously picked against him, but I love Braun Breaker. He's so much fun. I will be barking my ass off once he walks the ring.
I want them to do more of Braun Breaker Penta one-on-one series. So I want Braun to win, and I want Penta to, I guess, earn his way into another rematch in this situation. Maybe they team up and take out the Judgment Day and happen so that they go on and have another couple of matches. But I want that side more so than the other. AJ Logan Paul, who do you got?
AJ Styles, Logan Paul. I mean, AJ Styles, this may be one of his last WrestleManias. He said he was going to retire at age 50. He's age 48, by the way. I think 49. So it's
good for 48.
It looks great. I'm giving AJ Styles. This is a throwaway match that obviously would help Logan Paul a lot to win. But frankly, it's AJ Styles' career. And frankly, you should just give it to him for the heck of it because he's the legend he is. So
I don't know what Logan Paul thinks is going to do better for his TV show more, losing or winning, but whatever he feels like is what he's going to be suggesting. I watched the new Keeping Up with Kardashian / Pauls that they put out there, but
I never watched that show. So you tell me what's going on.
No, I've not watched it. I'm just saying, I feel like there's got to be some sort of tie-in to that with what's going to happen on Sunday. Obviously, also with Prime. So he's more into it. He's give a good match. I think that's something we know. AJ Styles will give a good match, and Logan Paul's good enough to hang with him, and we'll see if maybe he's elevated a little bit. But
Logan Paul. Look at his WrestleMania opponents: Seth Rollins, Randy Orton, Kevin Owens, AJ Styles. If they can't fucking figure it out in the ring after that 3-run stretch of WrestleMania opponents, I don't know if he'll ever be able to.
He's done pretty well in all of them.
He has. But now we got to build upon it a little bit.
Yeah, well, maybe he makes Austin Theory. Maybe that's what's going to send A-Town down over the top. That'll be his next opponent after this. Sin City Street Fight, Damian Priest versus Drew McIntyre.
Drew's got to win. Drew chained.
They may take our land, but they may never take our freedom.
And I saw, so posted a TikTok / Twitter video that I think is very important because I saw it. And I think it's important as well for anyone that is traveling to Vegas this weekend for WrestleMania and frankly this week. He put a video like do's and don'ts. 1, do not stand in the fucking airport and ask for autographs with 15 autographs. Okay, do not go out to the wrestlers' hotels and call them by their actual names. Do not be a dick to other fans and them enjoy who they enjoy and be fans of who be fans. Do have fun. Do support indie wrestling. Do everybody. This is why I love Drew because he's all the right things. And like I said, those that didn't see the Kevin Owens interview with Chris Van Fleet, for love of God, don't be a dick. I'm a person at this point in my life. There's a few guys that I would love an autograph from. Nowadays, I would much rather take a picture with guys. Be like, you know what? It's awesome meeting you. Like when I had Pat McAfee last year at WrestleMania, I didn't ask for an autograph. I said, can I get a picture with you? He was like, absolutely. And he was excited to do that, right? If you meet someone, I remember when I was in 7th grade, maybe 8th grade, I was walking through the airport and I saw fucking George St. Pierre. And I took a picture with him. That's me and my brother have a picture with him, right? Like, don't like what unfortunate side of sports and professional basketball, football, hockey, wrestling as well as the same. It's like, don't be a dick. And if you have a little kid, right? Yes, you can get autographs. Absolutely. If you're a fucking grown ass man, take a picture with the guy, right? That's going to last you more than an autograph on a thing because it's a cooler experience getting to talk with people, have a conversation with them, than it is opposed to trying to sell shit on the internet for no fucking reason. So don't be a dick if you're there.
I think that's a good sentiment just because there's going to be a ton of people. And there's going to be people in Vegas that have no idea that fucking WrestleMania is happening.
They are going to have a rude awakening is all I'll say.
Are you staying? Where are you staying?
I'm at the MGM again. So
at the MGM
right
again?
There, so,
yeah, I was going to say, if you're at the Luxor, the Allegiant Hotel, I was going to say, like, ooh, that'd be an interesting. You're going to see a lot.
I cannot wait to see the crowd because I saw the crowd in Philly, and obviously I only a little bit away from the stadium because it was a little bit nicer area. So I only realized what was going on at the WWE World, which I'll be going to again this year, which I'll get videos for the pod for everything. Don't worry. And obviously WrestleMania, the craziness around everything. But now every hotel will have a wrestling fan in it. That's just the nature of the strip and nature of wrestling because people have different ties or whatever. So I will walk down the strip and I will see people dressed up like Randy Savage. I will see a person and people in luchador masks and not even blink
so
twice.
Many pentas, so many Rey Mysterios.
People will not even blink, and I will so excited. I'm ecstatic just to walk around and see all the craziness because people watching is one of my favorite things here to do at that event. Just sit there and just watch all the people walk by and the crazy different merch and all different things. Fun. That's some of the best parts about it. So like I said, be respectful. If you see me, come see me. I may be under a Penta mask. We'll see if I get my hands on one. But
here's the thing: I need a pre whatever event you're going to picture and a post because I feel like at a few of these there's going to be enough people there that will be able to tell a difference. Like, hi, you in your full Penta mask. This is Niko going into WWE World. This is me coming out of WWE World. I have no mask. I have an Austin Theory belt.
My poor mother has decided to come with me on this trip. She's not going to the event, but she'll go to WWE World and walk around with me. And I told her, I was like, look, I want a belt. I don't know what I'm going to get, but I had a little bit of money saved up with the shout out doing my taxes. Hopefully everyone did their taxes. So I got a little bit of money from that. And I'm like, I kind of want to pull the trigger on it. So if you see me walk around with a belt and have a belt behind me, you'll know where it came from is all I'll say. But that's the fun spectacle of the event. And like I said, I want to try to get my hands on a Penta mask is all I'll say. I am going to try. And that's all I'll say.
We have 2 matches left on the card. Triple threat match for the Women's World Championship. Io, Sky, Rhea Ripley, Bianca Belair. Who walks away with it? Does Belair keep her streak?
Yes, I was going to go Bianca because I think the feuds after are what's setting up for that. And we can go Rhea then. Io can get that picture with the mid-card maybe or whatever. There's a lot more feuds with Bianca right now than Io, unfortunately. So I'll go Bianca.
That leaves the quest for 17. John, does he get it done? Is Cody Rhodes going to be a 1-year champion and then have to climb his way back?
I really hope so. I hope so. I watching WrestleMania 39 and seeing this whole buildup of Rhodes being like, oh, he's finally going to do it. He's going to break the long championship streak of Roman Reigns. It's going to be a huge spectacle. And then it not happening and being like, damn, this is setting up next year's WrestleMania then, isn't it? And I don't want that. I don't want this to set up SummerSlam. I don't want this to set up something down the future. This is the daddy of them all in terms of wrestling. There is nothing bigger than WrestleMania. Nothing. 100,000 people will walk through those doors at Allegiant Stadium on Saturday and Sunday. Okay, like the granddaddy of them all. You have to pull the trigger on one of the biggest moments in wrestling history, and it'll be when he captures 17 and just building upon that. So I love Cody as much as the next guy. You have to set up and let them cook. Let Triple H please let John Cena cook.
Let him cook is that probably what a lot of people are thinking is going to happen. And I think Cody right now too is at a place where he can build himself back into a feud, or he can go off and story with somebody else because that's what he's good at is telling stories. I don't think he needs the title. I know that he likes having the title, but he can
still be the quarterback without the title.
Cena did it a lot with just going out there and calling Lita a slut every week. Yeah. If you don't, back in the early 2000s days were wild. Edge wasn't there for some reason. Lita was out there with half a shirt on, and Cena just took every pot shot possible. It was brutal, honestly.
That's true.
Let's get into